Today's story shows how mercy speaks before healing, and how forgiveness opens the way for restoration. He entered into a ship, passed over, and came into his own city. They brought to him a man sick with palsy, lying on a bed. Jesus, seeing their faith, said to the sick of the palsy, "Son, be of good cheer. Your sins are forgiven." Some of the scribes said within themselves, "This man blasphemes." Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, "Why do you think evil in your hearts? Which is easier, to say, 'Your sins are forgiven,' or to say, 'Rise and walk'? But that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins." Then he said to the sick of the palsy, "Rise, take up your bed, and go to your house." He arose and departed to his house. When the multitude saw it, they marveled and glorified God, who had given such authority to men. As Jesus passed on from there, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax booth. He said to him, "Follow me." He arose and followed him. As Jesus sat at supper in the house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw it, they said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus heard that and said to them, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but those who are sick. Go and learn what this means. I desire mercy and not sacrifice. For I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Then the disciples of John came to him, saying, "Why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but your disciples do not fast?" Jesus said to them, "Can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? The days will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them, and then they will fast. No one puts a piece of new cloth on an old garment, for the patch pulls away from the garment, and the tear is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old wineskins. If they do, the skins burst, the wine is spilled, and the skins are ruined. But they put new wine into new wineskins, and both are preserved." While he spoke these things to them, a ruler came and worshipped him, saying, "My daughter has just died, but come and lay your hand on her, and she will live." Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. A woman who had an issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, "If I may but touch his garment, I will be made whole." Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, "Daughter, be of good cheer. Your faith has made you whole." And the woman was made whole from that hour. When Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the flute players and the crowd making noise, he said to them, "Make room, for the girl is not dead, but sleeping." They laughed him to scorn. When the crowd was put out, he went in, took her by the hand, and the girl arose. The report of this went out into all that land. As Jesus passed on from there, 2 blind men followed him, crying out, saying, "Son of David, have mercy on us." When he had come into the house, the blind men came to him. Jesus said to them, "Do you believe that I am able to do this?" They said to him, "Yes, Lord." Then he touched their eyes, saying, "According to your faith, be it to you." Their eyes were opened. Jesus strictly warned them, saying, "See that no one knows it." But they went out and spread his fame throughout all that land. They brought to him a man who was mute, possessed with a demon. When the demon was cast out, the mute spoke, and the multitudes marveled, saying, "It was never seen like this in Israel." But the Pharisees said, "He casts out demons by the ruler of demons." Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. When he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion for them, because they were weary and scattered, like sheep having no shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore pray the Lord of the harvest, that he will send out laborers into his harvest." This chapter is crowded with movement, but its center is mercy. A paralyzed man is lowered into the room. Jesus looks past the condition and speaks to the deeper need. Forgiveness comes first. Healing follows. A tax collector hears his name spoken without contempt. Matthew stands up and leaves everything behind. Mercy creates new futures. At the table, Jesus eats with people others avoid. He explains himself simply. Sick people need a physician. Mercy is the mission. Questions come about fasting and tradition. Jesus speaks of newness. What he brings cannot be contained by old patterns. A desperate father interrupts everything. A woman reaches from the crowd. One believes before seeing. One hopes without being noticed. Both are met with life. Blind eyes open. Silent mouths speak. Accusations rise, but compassion remains. Jesus keeps moving, teaching, healing, restoring. He does not slow down because the need is too great. When he finally pauses, it is not from exhaustion, but from compassion. The crowds are worn down, directionless, unseen. Mercy does not only restore bodies, it restores people. And then Jesus turns to his followers. The harvest is ready. Someone must go. If this reflection gave you something to consider, you're welcome to like the video and subscribe for more stories like this. See you in the next videos.